as Harry Potter. I hope he saved it up, because I've had a word with J.K. Rowling, and apparently she kills him off halfway through the next one. Will you please welcome Daniel Radcliffe?
We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. Oh no, we just dance and party all night and drink some cherry wine.
Very much indeed, thank you.
Daniel, welcome back. Thank you very much for coming back on the programme.
Thank you. No, it's like a second home now. It's wonderful.
God bless you. Hey, I rather like this look. Is this for the play, the beard that you've grown here?
It is. Well, it's very flattering of you to call it a beard. I mean, my friend texted me the other day and said, "What's that crap on your chin?" I said, "Well, it's a beard, actually."
It's nearly a beard, isn't it? It's kind
It's
of
getting there,
It's like a
yes.
demi-beard.
Not bad for, 17.
That's not bad
You know.
for 17, is it?
Thank you. That does deserve applause. You're absolutely right.
I tried growing a beard many years ago, and it came out quite gingery at the sides.
I know, I was worried about that, because my friend Will gets that, and he sort of has a bit of a... And I was terrified of that happening.
Are you going to keep it, do you think, after the play finishes?
I don't know. I think it looks a bit... I don't know how good it actually looks, you see, because it's sort of like half there. It's sort of... Your hair's 4 inches apart on my top lip.
No, you know what you should do is get a bit of mascara, put it in it.
You've done that?
Yeah. Now, listen, Daniel he delivers a terrific performance in Equus. I went to see Equus in the West End this week. Congratulations, it's a fabulous performance.
Thank you very much indeed.
And I imagine a lot of people go along and they know in advance. They know you, of course, for being Harry Potter. You know, it's one of the most famous film series in the history of cinema. Some people go there probably to see you for that reason. Other people, even if they've gone to see the play, are aware of that. Within 2 minutes you'll be out on stage. I think everyone's forgotten that. It's a tremendous performance.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's been a really positive thing, because, I mean, lots of people who have seen it have sort of come out saying, you know, even people I know well sort of forgot it was me, which is great. If you can make people do that, then you're there.
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
it's a peculiar role, of course. It's a very challenging role. Did you choose it on purpose because it's about as far away from Harry Potter as you could get, really, isn't it? And was that part of the thinking?
It was... it's not that I want to distance myself from Harry Potter, because I'm incredibly proud of them and I love doing them and it's great fun and all that. But it's you know, it was something that was... I wanted to... The whole point about doing something different is to prove that you can do other stuff and that you're not just going to go on doing the same film until Harry Potter 97. And so, you know, hopefully it's achieved that.
But did you say, you know, I'm really looking for a partner, which, because the character you play, I don't want to spoil the play at all, but he's a very troubled, deeply young man who molested animals due to some sort of weird...
Not so much molested. I'd like to make this distinction.
That's what I got from the play, that you were a horse molester.
Well,
or maybe that's what I got from you. I don't know.
He rides them naked and does get off on it.
Yeah. Okay, and then he does something horrible to them at the end. I think that's molestation.
Yeah, all right,
okay.
Fine. Even less horses, yes.
Either way, he has a strange, let's call it a strange relationship with animals.
Definitely, yes.
But were you scared about doing it at all? Obviously, we'll get to some of the more obvious reasons why it was a challenge, but certainly it's a very demanding role. You're on stage for a lot, and it calls for a certain level of acting ability and skill, and you're not known for your stage work previously. So were you intimidated by the part?
I mean, yeah, I was. I was not so much by the part. I mean, obviously, it is, as you say, very challenging. But it's also just the thing of going on stage and doing it and being able to... Because, you know, when you're filming, you sort of get out there and you do however many takes, but you sort of get breaks in between. It's about that thing of sustaining the energy for 2.25 hours or however long it is.
Does that make it easier in some ways, though? Because when you're making a movie, of course, and I'm sure most people know this, sometimes you'll shoot the middle sequence right at the beginning, at the end, at the third day, and whereas here, of course,
yeah, no, it does make it a lot easier in terms of getting into the part. But, I mean, it's weird, because it's one of those things where you come out and on quite an intense note, because basically, the first time I come out in the play, I scream television jingles at a psychiatrist, which is quite a level to come in on. Because you've got nothing before that, really. But it was, you know, so it's going well. Now, hopefully it will continue to.
We have a photograph. That's not in the place.
No.
There are no actual animals on stage.
I was tensing my stomach muscles for about 2 hours, almost fainted.
Well, OK, let's deal with the nudity on stage, because I was told in advance Daniel is completely naked on stage, and I didn't see it.
What?
When does it happen in the play?
It happens near the end. Me and Joanna both get a kit off.
Oh, is that when the girl gets her clothes off?
Ah, right. Yeah, I do it at the same time.
That was a treat. I didn't know that was coming. I was made up.
Yeah, I was.
She gets completely naked.
She does. Yes, Joanna's great. Jo's fantastic. She's the real laugh. But it was one of those things where I was thinking, you know, even though I am naked on stage and that's going to be very scary, I will have Joanna to distract myself with.
Yeah, but now...
Which is a comfort. But she's...
Are you not worried about distraction, though? Because... when I was your age, if there was another young lady nearby naked, it wouldn't have mattered where I was at the time. Things would have been moving.
I know. Well, this is the thing, was that it really, really doesn't. When you've got 950 people staring at you, I was really worried about it. But it really, nothing. It's so not even entering your head.
God bless you, though, but that's a great thing, isn't it? Were you panicked the first night, did you think?
Yeah, but also the thing is about me and Joe, we sort of get on really... If we were doing a scene of that level of intimacy with somebody you really hated, it'd be awful. Yeah. But we sort of get on really well, and she's great in the play. So
have you said to her we should have sex anyway, just to... So it's not awkward when we're out there together?
No, because she has... She has a very lovely and very big boyfriend.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Who I would last 2 seconds in a fight with him.
I know you're acting, you're playing another person on stage there, but initially at least, and I don't want to give away what happens, but you initially go through the motions of the act of intercourse, okay? Were you worried about it looking...
With the horse or with the girl?
With the girlie.
With the girl.
Okay.
Again, another important distinction to make.
Maybe the sequel, you can get a horse.
Yeah.
Were you concerned about people analysing your technique? Thinking...
Well, there was... during rehearsals, Thea, our director, was saying to me, telling us what position to get into, and she said, Dan, I'm not criticising your technique. And I said, no, it's fine, believe me, many have. But she was...
Dan,
but no,
you're 17, not that many have.
No. Fair enough.
Yeah. Maybe one or two.
No, but a few people have many times.
Okay. Very nice. Well, now, I don't know if you knew about my acting past, Daniel.
I didn't.
Okay.
But tell me.
When I was at London University, back in the day, I played Wiglaf in the London University
What?
Drama...
Sorry.
I was Wiglaf in Beowulf, the London University Drama
okay.
Society. Quite a radical interpretation of it. It was like Tarantino for its day. Now...
Have we got pictures of this?
No, sadly not. Oh. They've all been destroyed. But that's when I grew my beard, because I was a Viking.
Oh, right, OK.
But we had to start, because we wanted to shock the audience, we started with the ceremonial rape of a dead Viking's wife. We were young, we thought we'd stir things up. Now, here's the thing. I'd only had sex with one person up to that point.
Right.
Well, two counting me, but really only one other person. So I was quite tentative on stage, especially in front of tourists. So I just went on and I just did my business. I went down sort of...
Yeah.
Walked off a bit ashamed, right?
Yeah.
Mainly we were students performing. One bloke, we ran out of students, so a friend of his said, I've got a bloke, he's a builder, he does a bit of acting. We had this big strapping builder came in. He went in straight in, he was down on one arm doing all of that. All of that!
I know, I did that early on, but Thea said it just wasn't appropriate.
I was intimidated. Maybe on the last night you could try something interesting, flip her over.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Joanna.
Put a riding cap on, give her a treat. That'll be in keeping with the nature of the...
We'll keep the theme going, yeah absolutely.
Theme. But hats off to you, because here's something, once again, it's a bold thing, and you know people are going to pay more attention to that than they would an actor who wasn't so famous for work elsewhere. And you've dealt with that, I think, admirably, because it must have been a little bit tiresome at first. No, I was going to go on about it, but also I know people snuck cameras in to take pictures for the newspapers.
I know. It was very... I mean, the whole camera being inside the theatre stuff is actually quite funny, because they make stuff up constantly. There was one person that said that me and Richard Griffiths had to climb out of a window to get out of the theatre. Which is just completely untrue.
I don't think I've seen a window that Richard Griffiths could climb out of.
Well, I mean, that's similar to what he said,
He's a brilliantly talented man, but he's a giant
fellow,
He's a big
guy, yes.
By the way, before we go on, congratulations, though, because really, genuinely, I was really impressed by
No, thank you very much. And do come and see it, because there's this misconception going around. Sorry, the producer called me before the show saying, plug the play, Dan!
I thought it was sold out.
No, this is the thing. There are loads of tickets left.
Oh, really?
It's going really well.
Don't say loads. It sounds
no,
like
sounds like... we're all desperate. I mean, come if you want.
Yeah. There might be a
Ring up and see.
Call now, just in case. You don't want to sound needy.
No, exactly.
No, it's a great play. I really enjoyed it, and it's a tremendous piece of work. It's a great team. You have, of course, Jenny Agata.
Yeah,
but the main roles is you and Richard Griffiths, of course. They're the parts.
Richard, and Richard is fantastic. He's absolutely brilliant in it. Oh, I've just picked a bit of this sofa. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're a couch molester as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Harry Potter. How do you deal with the real kind of hardcore Harry Potter fans? Because there are fans who know the books and know the films so well.
It's terrifying.
I would imagine you don't have that kind of knowledge,
No,
I would have thought.
not at all. I mean, I mean, they're incredible. They know everything. I mean, I did an interview a while ago and they asked me about the prophecy that's mentioned in the fifth film, and I quoted something, then I thought, oh God, I've probably got that wrong, and they'll just massacre me for it. Because they do know the books absolutely inside out, and it's
But nice
terrifying.
of you to join in like that, because I know, it must get a little bit wearisome sometimes, having people who just want to talk to you about that.
It's weird, it doesn't actually happen very often. That's what was, I mean, people are, because I don't, because I'm particularly at the moment, because I'm just doing the play every day, you meet the fans at the stage door, but most of them come to see the play, and so that's what they're talking about. So I've at least had a little break from that.
Well, that's nice. That's a really good thing. When is the next movie out? You've already finished the next one.
I think it's in July.
Wow, I
but
can't
I'm
wait
not
for
sure.
it.
It's going to be really good.
This is number 5 of the films, isn't it?
It is, yes.
And there's been the 6th book is already out.
6th is out.
The 7th book is this year.
It is.
Have you read the 7th book?
I don't think it's finished yet, is it? I don't know. It probably is, actually.
Do you know roughly what's going to happen? I know you
no,
can't tell
I
us,
didn't.
but...
I don't. I know details, but nothing that's particularly relevant, probably. But there was one day where J.K. Rowling actually came out to the set, and it was a big day with lots of crowd and background people in, and I just said to them all, yeah, of course, you told me the ending. And they were just they all got really up in arms. Were like, well, tell us. It was like, and I couldn't possibly. I really couldn't. It was great. They got really wound up.
Does it involve the words, "It was all a dream"? Because that would be disappointing.
It would be, wouldn't it? It would be terrible. I hope that that's not the case.
They're great books, of course. I read them to my children, and I enjoyed reading them myself as well. And she seems like such a nice woman. I haven't met her, but she seems like a terribly nice woman.
No, she is. She's lovely. She's and totally, really supportive of the film, because I know some authors who've had their books turned into movies are very sort of protective and don't want any, and aren't. But she's so accommodating.
Well,
she just views them as two separate entities.
They've made great films out of them as well. They have made.
Yeah, no, we haven't done.
Before we've got a trailer of the new movie. I think
have you? I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you see how excited he is now?
Yeah.
But before we do that, let me just show you this picture. Do we have a picture of Daniel and Hermione and... look how you... Oh, my good Lord. Look at you there.
Jesus.
Who would have thought you'd wind up stripping off and molesting horses in public?
I know.
You seem like such a nice young man back then.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it?
But that's remarkable.
Well, it's meeting you.
But that's what's so weird, is seeing how you guys have grown up, and it's rare for us to have the chance to follow a series of films where the characters grow up, but the same actors play them, and there you are, just a few years back, I guess, or
wow.
2 years ago.
That was the 4th one, yes. Yeah, God, Jesus, we even look different now to them, don't we?
Yeah, of course. You'll keep growing until you hit about...
Well, I don't think
25.
I will. This is the tragedy. Because my mum's... she's backstage watching now, probably, so she won't be very happy, but she's very short. And so I'm 5'6" now, I think. My dad's 5'9", so I think this is about the level for me. So anybody who thinks I'm going to get taller will be very disappointed.
But you know what, Daniel? I've met many of the world's biggest movie stars and top actors, and very rarely are they what you would consider tall. More often than not, they are around 5'6", 5'7", something like that.
So, that's encouraging.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Cruise is not a tall man, as we all know. Tandy has worked with... Hey, Tandy, you've worked with Tom, haven't you?
Yeah.
How tall is he compared to Daniel, do you think? About the same height? A little bit taller?
Daniel seems taller.
Ah, wonderful.
What a marvellously diplomatic answer.
Did
you see... Have you seen him in Equus yet?
No, I want to go next week.
No, but that'll give you a preview round the back, if you ask nicely.
I'll be Joe.
I'll be the horse.
All right.
Don't actually do it.
But I'll have to molest you, Jonathan.
Yes.
So...
My plan falls into place brilliantly. Hey, we're going to have a look at a clip now. I'm so excited about the movie. I can't wait to see it. My kids are really beside themselves. This is from the forthcoming Harry Potter movie. And what's the actual title of this one?
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
The Order of the Phoenix.
Yes.
Check this out.
14 years ago, Voldemort had huge numbers at his command.
The evidence the Dark Lord's return is incontrovertible.
It won't last 2 seconds if he invades your mind.
I'm not weak.
Then prove it.
If Voldemort's building up an army, then I want to fight. I've genuinely not seen that at all. It was good, isn't it?
Can't wait. Has it got easier at making it? Because special effects technology has moved on considerably in that period, I would have thought. Is it easier doing things like the flying scenes, like some of the magic scenes, or is it pretty much the same kind of work?
They did something wonderful on the 5th film, which was to change the way we did the flying, which was great, because it means there is now a slim chance that I might be able to have children.
It was a harness before?
It was a harness, but it was on a bike saddle, so if anyone has a bicycle, not with them, obviously, that would be awful, but if you sit on the bike and then just let your legs hang and then sort of lean forward, it's different for men, it has to be said, but...
I think I saw a German sex film involving someone accidentally.
Yeah.
That was better. So now it's a different...
So now it's a wider seat. So
well, we don't want to give away the magic, of course, but it must be they must be the days you dread, I would have thought, though, because it's harder working as well.
Yeah, it is much harder work.
But how incredible to be involved in so many movies, which have been so important to so many people. I mean, really, quite something.
That's a great thing. And also, if they'd been one of those things which are like when sometimes we get a long series of films, the quality of the film decreases each one. And I genuinely think these ones get better and better.
I think they have, yeah. No disrespect to the early ones, but I think the directors have given it more kind of their personality.
And David Yates, who's directed this one, is just brilliant.
I can't wait to see the new movie, as I said. And once again, I very much enjoyed your Necklace. I thought it was a tremendous performance.
Thank you very much.
If you're thinking of going to see Daniel Lewis, and I thought it was sold out as well. It's weird. That seems to be the...
It is the conception, but it's not genuinely.
It's not sold out yet, so get yourself in where you can, because you're only in it until June, aren't you?
June the 9th.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you're a fan of theatre or you just like to see Harry Potter's cock, get yourself down to the...
Or both!
It's a useful selling point.
Yeah.
How lovely to see you again. Yes. Hey, thanks for coming on.
Not at all. Thank you very much for having me.
Good luck with everything this year. Daniel Radcliffe, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much indeed.
You'll go back there.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to see you.
We'll have a chat afterwards, and I'll make sure you're happy with that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for me as well.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Daniel Radcliffe.